Okay. अच्छा जी चलो फिर कासिम ऐलान कर दिया आपने so we'll just go over to you now. We're gonna have news today, guys, and then Friday sermon, and then finish off with Kusoti. So it's a nice short program. Don't need to have any discussion for today. So Qasim, I'll just hand over to you now. Please, if you can lead the Khuddam news. Jazakallah.
Sorry, the screen was stuck, so I couldn't exit it. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. Welcome to Khuddam News. News segments are out, kinda more like a sub segments in segments. Also, I'm gonna be featuring headlines now. That's a new addition at the bottom of the screen, so it looks more realistic and news-like. Special features. There is no special features. Now, going straight to Britain, with the petrol crisis, there has not been an improvement in supplies. And although it has improved from 27%, it's still a shortage and they're still sorting it out. And the demand is always higher with a lot of panic buying and just them being closed.
Can we talk about this for a second, guys?
Yeah, sure.
Zaryab, I don't know how many of you guys drive. Zaryab, Haris, Zishan. How are you guys finding getting petrol? What's your stories?
Well, it was only in Climax for like a day, I sensed. After that, there's only been max free cars in front of me at my local thing. There's been some conspiracies. Have you heard them?
No, go for it.
Conspiracies.
I've heard them.
They're quite believable, to be fair.
Yeah, they are.
What are the conspiracies?
What have you heard?
Basically that over Corona, because of all these, because petrol has a sell by like an expiry date of 6 months, and over COVID, that there was loads of reserve fuel sitting there that wasn't being used. So to get it all gone without it being spoiled, they had to release something to get people panic buying. Which makes sense because petrol and diesel have about a tank life of about 6 months, and with all these people working from home, it's just sitting there. So
yeah, so you didn't have too much problem filling up your petrol then?
Well, there was one. I was in London on the weekend. I waited, I think, just under an hour on the, but yeah, that was the only crisis I had.
Okay.
Lot of traffic.
What about Haris?
No, Marissa, not really. I think for the first couple of days, I think it was only one day that I found it hard to find petrol, and my tank was really my petrol was running out, and I was running around Birmingham trying to find petrol on on an tank. That was only one day though. I went to London a couple of days ago. It's really bad in London though. Like every petrol station, you have to wait at least an hour for you to get petrol. But I think in Birmingham it's better now. I filled up my tank today. There was only one car in front of me.
Oh, okay. Slowly getting back to normal. But yeah, there was that famous video of them interviewing the lady and saying, "Who do you blame?" And she was like, "I'm sorry to say, but I blame the media." He said that if the media didn't hype it up, then people wouldn't go into panic buy, as in they would just think that it's just normal. As in, whenever you go to a petrol station normally and you see it's closed, you think, okay, just go to another one. But because they've made everyone so scared, people going crazy, filling up 100 different bottles to bring back home and stuff. With me, I was chilling. Because I wasn't traveling in those days, so I knew I was at home. But I went just a few days ago, and I was in reserve. I had like 60, 70 miles left in my tank. So I got to the place, and they had quite a few cars. It's just on Shell, just on the motorway here. And I managed to get behind one of the cars. And while I was waiting, I saw one of the guys come outside the shop, and he had those signs saying, petrol's finished or diesel's finished. And it was like a Bollywood movie, man. He was walking slow motion, and he was coming towards our end. I was like, "No, don't come towards me." And then he basically puts it on, but he puts it on the petrol instead of the diesel. So we were like doing the route street while he was walking towards us. But then, alhamdulillah, it was like a little panic moment for us because we were wanting everyone to quickly fill up their petrol so we could do ours, and we're just thinking that the diesel will just finish while everyone else is putting theirs in. But yeah, man, it was so weird. I think the media just hyped up quite a lot, but inshallah it'll get back to normal soon. A lot of people were telling me that usually they fill up only £20 or £30, but because of this whole situation, you know, they'd go for a full tangi, and then so they don't have to worry about traveling afterwards. But man, it was crazy, man. Has anyone else got any stories? Zaid, but you must have some good ones. Driving a lorry. I don't know if Zaid, but you've maybe.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. Yeah, literally just driving a lorry right now. So if the connection drops, just I do apologize. Just literally reaching depot at the moment. Yeah, man. So to be honest, I don't know. The main thing is that there's a very big shortage of HGV drivers, which has been for many years. That's the bottom line, basically. And you know, this today, let's say if they're saying you know they face issues in the fuel industry, tomorrow could be something else. So I think we should just really pray and you know, just hope that you know there's no other kind of panic buying things going on. And just one thing I wanted to say is that you know I remember Hazur Akhtar has said you know that we when there was you know when Europe, UK was about to leave Europe, Brexit and so on. He said we should work together. We should, you know, together we're stronger, and that's right. Since I think they have left as well, you know, they're facing a lot of issues with the HGV drivers, and it's increasing that demand. So if we stick together, we're stronger. At the end of the day, we're an island, and you know everything comes inside this island, and we hardly make anything. You know, we basically just get shipped into this country. So I think that you know there's a lot more ahead to worry about. But let's you know I'll say just pray and hopefully it doesn't get worse. So yeah, man.
Did you get offered to bring petrol into the country as well?
No, not yet. You actually have to have a special sort of training to drive a what do you call it, a fuel lorry, but I haven't done that. Yeah, so I think the rates have increased dramatically. They're offering everyone a lot of money, you know, drivers. They're doing a lot of schemes. They're doing very stupid stuff recently. The government, where they're saying to a car driver, you can go for straight. You know, you don't even have to do a rigid license, which is a class 2. You can go straight for a class 1, which is a 44-ton lorry. You can drive that from a car to that, and that's what they're offering, and they're going to just give a go ahead with that in the next couple of days. And that's absolutely crazy. So imagine if you're driving a car which is about no longer than 3 meters, someone tells you to, you know, tomorrow drive a lorry which is 17 meters and is about 17 meters behind you. So yeah, I mean, it's that's the sort of you know demand you know the country is facing, and the government is desperate basically at the moment.
Yeah, Jazakallah Zaid, but that's incredible. It's good to get different people's views because everyone's going through the same thing. And yeah, like you said, yeah, it's, you know, it's all just a offshoot of the decision of Brexit, and people are even saying, all those people who voted for Brexit, why are you crying? You know, this is what you voted for, and these are the circumstances of and the results of what you decided. Yeah, like you said, you know, sticking together is always is against division, and us being part of Europe and part of the EU, you know, it had benefits. So yeah, inshallah, whatever happens, you know, hopefully people learn from their mistakes, and inshallah we can live easy, happy.
Inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah. We'll go back to Qasim now. Qasim, over to you. Carry on with the news. Jazakallah.
I guess that covers the discussion news then.
Yes.
Also, tackling poverty. The 500 million grants have been given to help families struggling with the cost of living, as other support schemes are withdrawn due to COVID. And also Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland will receive up to 79 billion of the 500 million as well. We interrupt this news segment to bring you an advertisement. Have you fully paid your Tariq Jadid? If not, because the year is ending, so I would highly suggest everyone to fulfill your Tariq Jadid. Now back to news. Informative news segment. A fun fact. Do you know 15% of the world's energy reserves comes from the Persian Gulf? Yes, that's right. Iran also holds a huge chunk of natural gas, and not only that, this whole Gulf is controlled by a 30-kilometer choke of sea. If you block that, you are literally causing World War III, because you'll be blocking routes. Because you'll be blocking oil and all the you'll be blocking 15% of the whole world energy that's coming to Asia and America and everywhere. And that's also why one of the reasons where this Persian Gulf is a thing to debate between governments and countries. Entertainment news. The new No Time to Die film gets a lot of 5-star reviews and positive reviews. A lot of praise has been given to Craig for his performance. And we interrupt this to bring you another advertisement. Have you subscribed to Tariq magazine? If not, you really should. It's for Khuddam. Sports news.
Waiting for my edition, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Inshallah, hopefully next edition is out as well. So at the moment we have sports, we have stats time. Liverpool's in first place, and now in the top leaderboard, the sevens have taken over, and then they're kind of to replace all the 14s. I don't even know how to explain this anymore. Also, tomorrow we have 2 more games and another one on Sunday. And score as Ronaldo again shows that he's a national ball winner after delivering a huge result of winning a 2-1 game. If I remember correctly, Murbisa, were you there when this happened?
Yes.
So would you like to share some experience of how it felt?
Watch out. Yes, I would.
Seeing Ronaldo.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, my brother-in-law called me up saying, "Do you want to go to this game?" I didn't even know what game it was. I just said, "I'll think about it." The closer the time got, the more I learned about which game it was. I heard it was a Champions League game, so I was like, "This is a really good game, actually," because we just played them in the Europa League final last year and we lost to them. But now we have Ronaldo and have other good players, so it was going to be a good game to go to. I've never been to a proper game. I've been to one game before in Manchester about 4 or 5 years ago. And in that year, Fellaini scored. It wasn't the most exciting game, but this time Ronaldo was there, and literally as soon as I got to the stadium, like Judstone, people like just walking and going to bazaar and stuff. These guys were just all walking towards the stadium, singing Ronaldo's name. So Viva Ronaldo, like long live Ronaldo, and it's a really really nice environment. Before going there, I thought that it's that when you think of football fans, you think of hooligans and people who cause trouble, but actually the majority of the people are really really nice, and you see a very family orientated atmosphere. Like old people in wheelchairs and people in walking sticks, they're coming to the game, talking to young players, young fans about tactics and who do you think is going to win. And people like literally hugging each other, whenever something good happens, and everyone doing the Ronaldo celebration outside the stadium. So the environment was incredible. This is all before the match. And then when I went, I didn't even know which tickets my brother-in-law got me. So the last time I went was quite high up and I couldn't really see properly. This time I went up just to the first, like the first kind of level, and it was really, really close to the pitch, so that you can literally see the pitch from where you're sitting. And alhamdulillah, where I was sitting, the Ronaldo and all the Man United players were training as well just before the game. So they were, coming near our side and, doing everything that they were told to do. Then obviously the whole game, everyone's singing Ronaldo's name, no one else's, just Ronaldo's. So that shows how much of an impact this one player has. He changed the whole environment. I was even asking the person selling the scarves, I was like, have you felt a change in Manchester since Ronaldo's come? And they said that, he's changed the whole city. Everyone singing his name, there's another atmosphere just created. So when the game was happening and we were losing 1-0, we scored 1 goal. And you can see his mentality compared to other people's is so different. So when we scored the first goal, everyone went to the side and celebrated. And Ronaldo was the only person to run towards the ball and pick up the ball and go back to the center circle, because he's trained to win and he knows what he needs to do to win. And then when he scored his goal, so there was 5 minutes added on to the extra time. So after 90 minutes, it was 5 more minutes. And so in the 5th minute of extra time, the last minute, just a few minutes before that, they brought one of the players on that most people didn't like. So a lot of the fans, it was Fred. A lot of the fans didn't like that decision. So usually when Fred comes on, it's almost like we've given up and we basically accepted a defeat. But when he came on, he actually crossed it towards Ronaldo, and Ronaldo, he brought it down and passed it to Lingard, and Lingard passed it back, and he scored. And I literally couldn't hear anything. My ears just like I just couldn't hear anything because people shouted so much. But I had something telling me inside me, just record this because there might be a goal because anything can happen. And just before that, my phone was telling me you ran out of memory. You need to delete some things. So I quickly went onto my apps. So I started deleting so many apps so I could just record these last few moments. And alhamdulillah, he scored in that moment. But it was all happening right in front of me. So just towards the front right. So that's where he celebrated, and all the players came. And as soon as he finished celebrating, they blew the whistle. So it was a really good. It was well worth it, definitely. But just before that, I had in my mind that because I know the Manchester mosque is just 5-6 minutes away from the stadium, so I parked in the mosque and I got to see the Murabi Sahib there, and we caught up. The last time I went to Manchester was with that Murabi Sahib as well, so he dropped me off towards the game. So it was nice. I kind of did a bit of dua there to pray that this journey is well worth it, and my passion for Manchester United as well. Everyone knows about it, but it was just nice. It's like a dream. You would say what you want to see, what you want to experience when you go to a game, and this is one of those things. You want to see Ronaldo scoring, especially in the last minute. Even though he didn't play well, he played pretty bad the whole game, but just that one moment he had to win the game. But it was good. A lot of people were messaging me afterwards saying, I couldn't believe you went to the game and you saw that goal. I can't imagine what it was like at home, everyone who saw the goal, because all the United fans, I know how you are, to see Ronaldo score. Everyone wants to see him score, but to see him live, it's one of those things that you want to do in your lifetime, and alhamdulillah, I had that chance. But yeah, man, I just want to thank my brother-in-law for getting the tickets, and hopefully, I really want to go again. It's very infectious. When you feel that environment, you want it again. So yeah, that was my short experience of seeing Ronaldo score. Jazakallah Qasim.
Brother Saab,
Yeah,
you know when Ronaldo scored, this random Donny jumped onto the pitch.
I know. Sorry.
You should have jumped on with him.
I'm telling you, I think not just me, but a lot of people wanted to. But the consequences of that is you never get to go back to the pitch. So you have to think twice. But I swear, the way Ronaldo scored, because usually when he scores, he does his celebration, the C celebration. But because of the moment of the last minute impact, he didn't even do that. He just took off his shirt and threw it in the air.
That should have been miles away.
I know. It was amazing. I just couldn't. I rewatched that goal so many times. I can't believe I saw this live. It's so amazing.
I actually have not watched this match. I might watch it.
It's one of those must-watch matches. But yeah.
Yeah, Murabi, share the video in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll share it. I put it on my Instagram, but I'll share it on the group as well.
Okay.
Oh, you have Instagram? I didn't know that.
Come on, JK. Follow me.
All right.
See you guys.
All right, now ending oh wait, no, this is the second point. Yeah, sportsmanship, as in London Marathon, a bone marrow recipient runs with a donor who saved her life. So Elliot Brock is the person that donated, which saved Vicky Lawrence's life about like 13 years ago. And now they're about to embark on a 26-mile of running alongside the person they saved their life. And that's a really good story. Also ending it with the tennis champ, which is recovering. So Roger Federer is not rushing, but he's feeling good after his knee surgery that he has had 2 times. He's gonna be hopefully returning. Now, a bit of science news. Vitamin A might be a possible treatment for the COVID loss of smell. So for those of you who don't know, vitamin A is a molecule that helps the immune system and fights pathogen diseases and hair. And one of the COVID symptoms that people can experience is loss of smell and taste, and vitamin A can help that, but by doing just a few nasal drops. Now, is it a bird? Is it a star? Nope, it's a satellite. And satellite swarms may outshine the night sky natural constellation. So recently, we have had a lot of SpaceX and Amazon launching hundreds of satellites into orbit, and they at one point they might outshine brighter than the stars, making it harder for scientists to do research on stars, and it's causing a lot of uh, issues for scientists. Uh, Debate news we've already had. A bit of a news segment is a trial, comedy news. So, a missing drunk man accidentally joins the massive search party looking for him. So, Bayhan Mutlu, who was 50, was declared missing by his wife after going out for drinks in Turkey. And the party contacted the police after spending hours trying to contact Mr. Mutlu without success. And he ended up, they found him, but not in the way they accepted. There will not be any disaster news, unfortunately. Jamati news. If you haven't written the letter to Zur, I would recommend you do. I actually haven't written it yet, so I should get on with that. Also, now finally ending with this week with Azur.
Jazakallah.
Whenever I had any hobby.
Around our age. My question is, what were your hobbies when you were around our age, between 16 and 19?
I don't remember I had any hobby.
Oh, that's Sabba's brother.
I used to play cricket and badminton at that time. That was the only thing. And for some time, I remember I used to collect old stamps, postal stamps. Yes. But for some time, but I was not very much regular in it. So there was no particular hobby. No hobby. What was your hobby?
My hobbies, I enjoy exercising and traveling. Alhamdulillah, I went for Vakfi to Gambia in July.
So I also did Vakfi at this age. That was not a hobby, but normal hobby I can say is I did not play any game for the sake of excelling myself in that particular game, just as a hobby. Okay? Okay.
It's quite good how they've separated the questions in YouTube now.
Yeah, it really helps. So, a brilliant advice for the zoo. Normally, when you have hobbies, you don't have to excel in. If you're playing sport, you don't have to excel in it, but you can still play it if you enjoy it. Oh wait, what was I gonna say? Was I gonna say something? Okay. Jazakallah for listening and surviving. Have your notes ready. Actually, yeah, there's no Kahoot, so lucky you guys. Jazakallah.
Might be in Kasoti, you never know. Jazakallah Qasim, brilliant. Good conversation as well, guys, about the petrol, something very current. Tika, we got a few minutes.